Cardio. This phrase conjures up images of endless grueling treadmill sessions for some, making them dread the thought. Others view cardio as me time, a therapeutic activity that also has health benefits. Whatever the case, the term cardio simply refers to a form of aerobic exercise that is efficient for losing weight and burning fat. HIIT and LISS are the two main methods for enhancing aerobic endurance. Today, we'll be discussing the different pros and cons between HIIT and LISS and which one you should be performing to maximize your own personal results. LISS, meaning low impact steady state, is typically performed in sessions lasting from 30 to 60 minutes at a low to moderate intensity of anywhere between 50 and 65% of your maximum heart rate. When performing LISS, it shouldn't be easy, but you shouldn't be completely fatigued either. You should be breathing heavy, but still be able to carry out a conversation. LISS can be performed in a variety of methods, like on the treadmill, elliptical, bike riding, running, etc. HIIT, meaning high-intensity interval training, involves alternating quick bursts of intensive exercise with rest intervals of lower intensity in between. During HIIT, your heart rate should be at 80 to 95% of your maximum heart rate for the high-intensity intervals and 40 to 50% for the low-intensity intervals. When performing HIIT, the high-intensity intervals are performed for anywhere between 10 to 60 seconds, depending on your fitness level. Once finished, you should be completely out of breath and not able to string together a sentence. You then transition to a low-intensity cardio until you have completely recovered and got the air back in your lungs, then go hard again for 10 to 60 seconds. Because of the energy-sapping nature of this exercise, you will only be working at maximum capacity for 4 or 5 minutes out of the 20-minute workout. While it is true that HIIT burns more calories per minute than LISS, this type of cardio is unsustainable, and a HIIT session would be a maximum of 20 minutes, although this includes only 4 or 5 bursts, with recovery in between. HIIT is also incredibly taxing on the central nervous system, so your adrenals and glucocorticoids are under constant stress, which may eventually cause additional fat to accumulate. Your body may release glucose into the system as a result of too much cortisol being produced during HIIT, which contributes to belly fat. The argument that advocates of the HIIT lifestyle always bring up is that HIIT has an afterburn effect, also known as EPOC, or extra post-exercise oxygen consumption, which means that your body has depleted a lot of oxygen from the muscles at a rapid rate, and your body can't provide oxygen to the cells quickly enough to keep up with the demand. As a result, there is a shortage of oxygen because the cells need more oxygen to process the lactic acid that is created. After a strenuous workout, the body makes up for this brief oxygen shortage by taking in extra oxygen. While this biological process is a scientific fact, the data also shows that the EPOC effect only lasts for 1 to 2 hours after a workout, not for several days after, as some people would have you believe, and accounts for 6 to 15% of total calorie expenditure. Therefore, if you worked out and burned 200 calories, you will only burn an additional 12 to 30 calories afterward. This effect can also be replicated with a 5-minute walk, so it makes a very small, insignificant difference. LISS, on the other hand, is a lot less taxing on the body and can burn more calories overall because of the duration of the workouts, and as a result, doesn't significantly hinder recovery, so can be performed on a daily basis if required. LISS can be used both for improving cardiovascular health and also as a tool for creating a calorie deficit to aid in your weight loss or fat loss journey. LISS cardio also uses fat stores for fuel, whereas HIIT uses your body's stored glycogen. This is because, at low to moderate intensity, oxygen combines with fat to create energy. Once you start transitioning to high-intensity exercises, oxygen starts to get rapidly depleted from within the muscles, and your body needs to use glycogen for fuel instead of fat. Also, according to a 2014 study, continuous aerobic exercise is more effective than HIIT at improving fat distribution. LISS also has its drawbacks. As it entails a lot of repetitive motions, over time it can cause issues with your joints associated with impact running. To avoid this, I would recommend doing low-impact variations of LISS, like cycling, elliptical, stair-stepper, or rowing machine. Also, to avoid the sensation of boredom, you should switch up your type of LISS sessions, maybe even incorporating different machines within the same workout. For those individuals who are pressed for time, HIIT cardio is a lot more time efficient. Also, HIIT cardio is less monotonous than LISS, so those who get easily bored might find it easier sticking to HIIT long term. At the end of the day, the best cardio is the one that you will stick to. When you break it down, HIIT actually resembles and mimics the effects of weight training more than it resembles traditional cardio, where both workouts are high intensity and use the body's glycogen stores for fuel, whereas LISS cardio primarily uses fat cells for fuel instead. If you do decide to do HIIT, it should be utilized as a substitute for a weight training session and not performed more than 2 times per week to give your body time to recover between sessions. Also, a lot of high-intensity workouts can interfere with weight sessions, especially leg workouts, and can even actively burn a little bit of muscle if done too frequently or performed alongside weight sessions, while also increasing the likelihood of injuries. HIIT is geared more towards competitive athletes, like basketball or soccer players, who need to develop that elite conditioning and explosiveness, but for the everyday person or the average gym goer who simply just wants to get lean, I would recommend LISS. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it helps our small channel grow, and stay tuned for weekly health tips and tricks.